Yeah, I did see the Rocco's Modern Life thing. That's crazy.
It was fun.
Just put a black box over there and have a follow him go over there. Because you gotta keep the part where you dropped your phone into your dick.
Yeah.
Also, so you know, like, you specifically said that, so you can't start it later.
Now I can do it.
Yeah. People can be like, what? Eskalia dropped his phone into his dick. I want to watch that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Ow!
I didn't think it was that bad.
Okay.
What the fuck was that?
I dropped my phone and it hit my testicle.
You dumb dick.
Oh.
Pun intended.
Yeah, right?
I'll say. Oh, God.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
This is my dick, it was my testicle.
That's part of
Let's
your
at least be accurate.
It's part of your dick.
I don't think that's how that works. I think they're separate parts.
How does it not?
What'd you guys feel about the show?
Better than I feel about my dick right now.
That's obvious because nobody feels good about your dick, ever. Was that a juke? Was that you throwing, like, having it attack you or whatever?
No. Yeah.
I thought today's episode was fun. I liked, like, as the Pokemon Go thing was, like, dragging on, like, some of the chat was into it, but a lot of the chat was like, oh my god, we've been hearing about this for a month now.
Yeah.
We could just kind of play it off like, I think they're just delaying.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good way to play it.
It's a good thing I came up with
God, I hate you.
that. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. Metal Gear Survive looks like whatever.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Straight up, I think my favorite thing I saw on this week's news outline was the Call of Duty mode, like the Spaceland thing. It actually looks awesome, even though they just stole it from Left 4 Dead. Like, it's completely just stolen from Left 4 Dead. There's actually a Dark Carnival level in Left 4 Dead 2, where you go to a carnival.
Did they steal it from Left 4 Dead 2, or did they steal it from Metal Gear Survival?
Or did they steal it from Left 4 Dead 1?
There's a Magmar up somewhere if you gives a
Yeah,
shit.
I got one.
Who cares? Fucking Magmar. If you pop next week, sure, but...
Not walking.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Man.
Oh, then he popped for it next week. Fair enough. Well played, Magmar.
He did?
Yeah. He's in the building.
I was really happy with LBR this week.
Yeah.
I thought it was really strong.
Yeah, and we didn't get through as many emails as I thought we would.
No, because the conversation was there. Like, it wasn't like we had to just, like, kind of fill time. Like, the conversation was there to have.
Yeah. Well, and it was sort of an extension of what we were talking about last week, too. I mean, it's kind of unfortunate that both you and Nico weren't on the show, but at the same point, though, like, we kind of got to retread a lot of that ground, really because you weren't here. Like,
Right.
If you guys had been here,
We probably had very much that same conversation the prior week. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So either of you guys want to come to Renzo?
I'm probably just gonna go home.
I can't for my brother's birthday. You're gonna see him.
Alright.
He's like, when are you coming home? I'm like, I don't know.
I didn't get a Magmar, I got a Drowsy.
Well,
That's a pretty good consolation.
Yeah.
We hear about either of them.
Yeah.
What if it was a Kabuto that was cosplaying as a Magmar?
In that incredibly unlikely scenario.
You'd be so upset. You'd have the world's only Kabutomar.
Is this like the Pikachu with the balloons
Or
around
Magbuto.
Magbuto.
it? Magbuto. I gotta catch that balloon Pikachu and the wrestler Pikachu.
I need a Pika Blue. That's what I need.
Yeah. Like, is that like Blue Pix?
What?
Is that like Blue Pix? The new Vulpix that's coming out?
mean,
Is that the nickname that people have been
That's
doing?
what I'm
blue
calling
picks?
it.
That's terrible. It should
That's
be like
awful. Boo!
ice picks.
Ice pick.
Ice picks! Yes!
Yeah.
Why am I so much more clever than you are? When I'm not even meaning to be.
More importantly, why can't you do it when it would actually be useful?
Well, I do it all the time.
Like how my only reaction to that is to be like Marge Simpson, just like.
Our numbers seem good on LBR today too.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 220.
It was good.
It's good considering nobody plays the game anymore.
Ah, it's sad because it's kind of true.
It's really sad because it's completely true.
How come every Magmar I get has freaking karate chop? I don't recall Magmar being a fighting type, was it?
No.
I don't think so.
Not even a little.
Strawberry Magic Carp. Magic Carp.
So that
I never got the Magmar.
didn't pop?
Nope.
Why did you just spawn for me?
Yeah, he's like right.
That's fine. I'd take the Dratini over the Magmar.
Amen.
Yeah, I got both of them now. So that live letter is on the 26th?
28th,
28th?
I think. No, that'd be a Sunday.
Which gotta be Saturday.
Yeah.
27th? That's a Saturday.
Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is the 28th because it's after midnight for us. No, it's 9 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, right?
We just talked about
Let's just look at it.
Fucking A.
Let's just draw.
FF14 anniversary stream. Hope we get to go into an alternate dimension and talk to Yoshi P again.
That's what happened?
Yeah, you don't remember that? Where you like in
The
Bulldog,
dev room?
you go to the dev room?
No.
Oh! For the in-game event. I thought you meant during the 14-hour live
Oh
stream.
no.
What are you
Friday,
talking
Friday,
about?
August 6th at 8 p.m. Pacific time.
26th?
26th, so it's Friday night.
I was fucking right, you asshole.
You nailed it.
You see, Juxta is right literally all the time.
Juxta also doesn't know what the word literally means.
Objectively, fine, whatever.
Figuratively, you monster.
Juxtaposition is objectively right all the time. Juxta
See,
also-
you think it's a character he does for the show, but it's not. It's actually
so
him.
not.
It's actually not.
Actually, it's kind of funny. I have a little bit of a story that the three people that watch this will all hear.
Yeah.
But one of my coworkers, Logan, he's been making comments on how he misses the old Chris, where before I would just like hang back and not really talk to anyone, just like be, polite and respectful during work and stuff, and be helpful. And now it's like we have asshole Chris, who just trolls all the time. He's a dirty geek
Chris then.
yeah, basically comfortable Chris.
Pre and post LBR Chris.
Oh, it's so funny.
My boss said that to me at some point where he's like, I remember when I hired you, you were very different than you are now. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Probably a lot less sarcastic.
Can we get that person back? Sure can't.
Nope.
That geez,
Not for what you pay me, you can't.
Lost to the annals of time and alcohol.
Lost to the anals of time. Just so everyone's clear, people in Final Fantasy 11 they say anals or annals a lot.
They do.
And I always voice act it as anals. It's funnier that way.
Yeah, they do say that word a lot in the 11 stories, don't they?
Yeah. There was someone in my stream who said Juxta's voice acting for Aurora is really making me want to turn off the stream.
For who?
For Aurora? Aurora or whatever?
Iroha.
I call her Ahura.
Like from Star Trek?
Who?
That's Uhura.
I'm sorry, I don't watch your space opera Star Wars movie.
Your space opera Star Wars movie. Chris's description of Star Trek.
We're not even trying anymore. Fuck it.
It's the green room video.
This is where all trying has gone out the window.
We're all tryhards now.
You needed killing. So I finally have played Overwatch.
Oh, good.
I am finally in the game.
Have you,
I'm very bad at it.
did you buy it?
I did.
Oh, good.
I own it now. I have been
Wait,
playing
you
it.
bought it?
Well, no. It was bought for me.
I was gonna say.
Here.
I was gonna say, if you just started streaming some games, Ryuko would probably buy it for you.
Yeah, no, I do now own it, and I'm very bad.
Who bought it for you?
Actually, Kyle bought it for me for my birthday.
Kyle.
Yeah,
That's weird.
for my birthday.
Huh.
Because he wanted to play Overwatch, right?
It's a little bit like buying somebody heroin for their birthday. Like,
Kinda. No, actually, if we're gonna talk about that, I had a friend who bought me FF11 for me one year. That was like buying me heroin. But no, so I've now played Tracer, who is very fun, but very hard.
Very hard, yes.
I've played Bastion, who's very easy.
Very easy, very fun.
It's like, hey, you want to get played the game every game despite the fact you just started playing? Go for it.
Hey, do you want to out-snipe a Widowmaker?
I did that, yep, certainly did that. He's so stupid!
It's like, I'm just shooting at Widowmaker. I'm like, I shouldn't be winning this fight.
My first game on Bastion, we got that map, I think it might be Hollywood, where you the first point you have to defend, there's like a little lift that goes up and down. Yeah, Hollywood. So I just went up to the top of that lift and went into sentry mode there, and I got like 20 kills before I died.
Yeah.
Like, it was great.
That's about right.
So dumb. I like Widowmaker, and I like, let's see, I just picked up a healer, Mercy.
Mercy's good.
She's my first healer.
She was actually kind of bad, but they buffed her.
I also got Reinhardt, because it's really awesome to have your team say, oh my god, you're so good, when all you're doing is facing forward with your shield on. Like, what if I just walk forward towards the enemy team, and my team wins the fight because of it?
That's actually 90% of what Reinhardt does that Reinhardts usually don't do, for whatever reason.
Oh, it's the easiest thing ever. Literally, like, when you wait till your team's there, you turn your shield on, and you walk forward. That's all you gotta do.
But therein lies the rub, because soon you're gonna get matches where you're Reinhardt and you walk forward with your shield, but nobody else follows you.
Your team doesn't go anything. Oh my god, it's like Nocturne in League of Legends. So Nocturne was one of my first champions in League of Legends, right?
Yeah.
And he's a champion where he's a squishy glass cannon bruiser, but his ultimate ability is he turns the screen dark so you can't see like anything in the fog of war anymore, except for him. And he dives on one person. So like literally it's to like isolate one person, dive on him, and kill him.
Huh.
Which is great in the early phase of the game, but once team fighting breaks out, it's only great when your team follows you. And immediately the game turns into you ult and no one follows you and you die.
Ooh.
That's all that champion becomes, and he's no fun. And then everyone's like, oh, you died.
Yeah, well, no shit.
No shit, I died.
Yeah.
You know, you could have prevented that.
That's where, but Reinhardt, no, it was great. Like, we had to, and playing as Bastion, when you got, like, the little cart you have to protect, and you just get on top of it and turn it into the
And
sentry.
now you're a moving turret. Congratulations.
It's great. The whole game's wonderful.
And then next level strategies, you are a Bastion on the payload. You have a Reinhardt who makes a shield in front of you off to the side so you can still see, and then you have a Mercy damage boosting you.
Oh, that is next
That's-
level. What are you gonna do about that unless a Reaper jumps on you, maybe?
Basically, use Junkrat or Pharah and just AoE.
Is Pharah the one who teleports people with her ult?
Mm,
She can make a teleporter?
no, that's Symmetra.
Symmetric.
Pharah,
I saw a video of someone doing that, but they put the teleport exit right on the edge of the map, and our whole team walked off the edge of the map through the teleporter.
that's my favorite thing to do.
Oh, it was the best. I was so happy.
Now, Pharah's the chick with the rocket launcher who basically flies around.
Okay. We were doing great defending until the other team had a really good Diva.
Diva?
Oh, she did bad things to us.
Yeah, Diva went from being one of the worst heroes in the game to one of the best.
She's great. I really love like competitive balance in Overwatch. It's really well done so far.
Yeah. There's only a few heroes that aren't that good.
Honestly, like, what's the matchmaking like? Because one of the big turnoffs for hugely competitive games like that for me is just getting matched up with a team that will just
Stomp you?
yeah.
Alright, so there's two modes, quick play and competitive.
I've only done quick play so far.
In quick play, basically you get matched up against people who are roughly your same player level.
Okay.
Yep.
Which, and
But
then-
that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
It
'cause
doesn't,
You could have
because
someone
it could be
starting
someone
an entirely
smurfing.
new character
Right.
sheet. Yeah.
Well, but that doesn't really happen too often because
No?
you have to pay $40.
Yeah,
for a new
smurfing doesn't have
Oh,
huge
okay.
benefits like it does in a lot of games. either.
Oh, okay. All right.
But it also doesn't mean anything because your player level is just tied to how much games you've played. So, like for a win
Oh, okay.
versus
I get
a
it, I get
loss, you get like 150 XP. difference.
Right.
So
Yeah. It's not
it's
that
basically
huge.
how much you've played.
Gotcha.
It also tries to stack similar teams against each other. So, let's say you have like a 3-stack, they'll try to put you against like a 2-stack or a 4-stack before just putting you against 6 random dudes.
Okay.
So, competitive is basically.
But I mean, like, do you still end up getting matched with people who stop you? I mean, of course it's going to happen, but
It never feels super unfair. Well,
Like,
it's
Here's the thing
You
about
ever
like
play? I mean, StarCraft online, like,
Oh,
was
God.
just it was so disheartening.
no.
it is disheartening. But I mean, StarCraft has no matchmaking.
Right. That's true.
But what I would say about this is like the games of Overwatch are so quick, especially if you're getting stomped. Like the game will be like if it's a payload thing and the other team is just way better than you, that game's gonna be over in 3 or 4
Okay.
minutes.
All right. Then I guess that doesn't
It's-
make your exposure to embarrassment very long. That's
Well,
pretty good.
but it's not like something like League of Legends where you can get pounded for 40 minutes
Yeah.
before
Okay.
you're finally like,
Okay.
okay.
Fair. Yeah. I think that's probably
And if you get
one of the things that turns me off from League of Legends the most.
if you get pounded really hard, or if you do a pounding really hard, the game will say, okay, you are clearly not in the right like skill bracket, so we're gonna take you from this game and put you in a different one.
Yeah, it will switch you out of a game.
No shit.
I had that happen to me. I had that.
I'm kind of
playing-
impressed by that. That's kind of
I was playing on Bastion and I got like 3 triple kills in quick succession, and it yanked me out of the game and threw me onto another team. I'm like,
Yep.
where am I?
Wow.
What? And then I got my butt kicked.
They want you in hero. No, it's the matchmaking is actually pretty good. It's
So far, I've been impressed with it.
it tries to throw you in a 50-50.
Yeah, and when the match is bad, like I said, the game's usually over pretty quick. I've only had a couple times where I was like, we have 0 chance at winning this game. Like, there's no way.
You know,
If there's a Kabuto that's possible,
Yeah.
just engage it for me.
You know, I've had games where it's felt like that. Like I'm just like, we're never gonna win this, and then in the last like 5 seconds of the game, overtime hits, and people are like, oh, we need to actually get on the point to win. They converge on the point. We take the point, go to the next point, and then it's like people dick around for 3 minutes until overtime happens again. People converge on the point, and we win.
Wow.
And it's like, how does this even happen?
Yeah, it's nuts. I had a fun Tracer moment, and I mean, it's been done 1,000 times, I'm sure, but just making a jump over a gap by using both of her flashes,
Oh yeah.
and then sticky grenading their Torbjorn,
Yep.
and then recalling back to the other
Yep.
side. Like, oh, so great.
Yep.
It's like she's so hard to play, but so satisfying when you do something cool. Like you feel awesome when you do something cool on her.
Yeah, you really need to make sure you can control your mouse well.
Yeah,
I can't.
absolutely.
I can't.
I'm getting okay at her. Like I can usually stay competitive in a game with her.
Mhm.
But there's like everyone says Reaper's super easy. I suck ass as Reaper. I can't do anything as him. I always overestimate his damage.
You just gotta be up in their face, basically.
Really,
Don't-
just go ham.
Basically, wait for your team to engage them, and then like either use your teleport or your shade ability to like get in behind them and kill their healer.
Okay.
Your teleport's actually your best thing. Use that to get up on like ledges and stuff. Get up there, and then go behind the front line, drop down and kill the healer.
Especially if you have your ult up too.
Oh,
You can shred a team quick. We had a great like defensive game. I had a Reinhardt in front of me, and I was on Bastion. We had a healer off to the side, and he just jumped in and
Jumped
triple killed us. So like, oh,
Yep.
that happened.
Yep. Well, that just happened.
That's pretty much. That is the one thing that is super frustrating on Tracer. If there's a healer anywhere on the other side, like you can't do enough damage to get through that healer usually. It's
Well, then
really
you gotta
hard.
just kill the healer.
Yeah, go after her.
Yeah.
Sticky grenade her face and run.
Or just shoot her.
Yeah, it's true. Am I correct? Like Mercy seems like she heals herself a little bit as she kills other people.
Not exactly. She has basically a passive regen when
Oh,
she's out
okay.
of combat. When she's not taking damage.
Okay.
Um,
Interesting.
so, Yeah,
My
basically,
brother said I would be super good at Torbjorn. I'm not.
I don't know why.
I don't know. Maybe I don't have like the positioning for putting his turret down right or
And
something.
that's really just something you have to play a whole bunch of matches.
Yeah, I'm
and
still
see-
learning the
And
maps.
see where people put their turrets. They'd be like, oh, I can't kill this turret. I'll remember that and put my turret there.
Seeing a play of the game though, I saw the play of the game where Torbjorn, he got it as he was like dead and like
He's
falling
dead.
off the edge
Falling
of the
off
cliff.
the cliff.
Play the game. So great. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Overwatch produces great videos, that's for damn sure.
It does.
So much. And it really is a lot of fun. Like the comparisons to TF2 are so apt, but Overwatch is much better.
It is. It's just.
It's a better TF2. But it does like take like a lot of those elements that I loved about TF2 with like constructing your team in various ways and like changing on the fly to meet the new circumstances. Like those were all things I loved about TF2. So it's nice to see them done even better in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Great. Curveball.
I've been trying to watch Overwatch Pro Play too, which is insane.
Yeah.
You wanna feel like a bad? Watch a Widowmaker Pro player, and you're just like, oh, I'm garbage at this game. Yeah, every shot, like perfect. Like, oh,
Yeah.
well, okay then.
A
Maybe
streamer
I'm the scrub.
A streamer I like to watch is Moon. He's really good and he's also really hilarious to watch.
Okay, I've been watching like former pros from League that do streams, like guys like Dyrus and stuff like that.
Okay.
And former pros are the best to watch like stream because like they've been there, they've done like the 20-hour-a-day scrims to be at the top of your game, so they know all that. And now they just like can play the game for fun again, and they just like fuck around all the time because they were never allowed to do that before. So funny to watch. Cause like even when they're fucking around, they can still beat most people.
Yeah,
Still
they do
really
shit
good.
like fucking Symmetron attack.
Right, exactly.
Oh, I get so salty.
I love doing like anything where you have to. I don't know what the map is, but it's one of the ones where you have to capture like a point. Then you have to capture a point closer to their base.
Yeah.
And the first one's like in this big like. I'm gonna say it's a gazebo, but it's gonna make you think of the wrong level.
It's the Japanese one.
Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of. I love taking Bastion on that because I could just wait till I got in view of the gazebo and just start gunning people down from across the gazebo as they were coming into view. It was so fun.
Yep.
But you don't feel good when you win on it because you're like,
You
that was
don't.
not hard.
When I was playing as Bastion, like it's like I'm winning, but I feel like I'm not learning how to play.
I'm not learning anything about this game. I'm learning how to cheese. This is stupid. That's how like I played him for like 10 games and I won like 9 of them. And then I was just like, okay, I can't play this champion anymore. I need to learn someone else. It's funny when you're getting like quadra kills and you're gonna play the game. And I kept doing it because I had a guy I kept getting paired with who was playing Hanzo. And he kept making these sweet plays, but I kept getting player of the game with like a triple kill as I'm just standing still. So I kept doing it to annoy him.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. And then I got killed by a Hanzo while I was on Widowmaker, and I got really mad at that champion. I fucking hate him.
Hanzo's really annoying.
Trying to like, when he's just like jumping around, like if he's a good Hanzo and he's jumping around and teleporting around, you're just like, what do I do? Or not teleporting around, but jumping around. Like he's the one who can, he's not the one who shoots the hook, he is the, but he has a really good jump move, doesn't he?
Are you talking about Genji?
Genji, that's what I'm
The
thinking of.
cybernetic ninja?
Yes, that's who I'm
That's
thinking of.
Genji.
He is a pain.
He's got a double jump.
Yes,
that's
that's what
why
it
he's
was.
so hard.
Yeah.
And a dash.
Oh, the first encounter I had with him, I was on Widowmaker. There was no chance.
Yeah, I know.
I had no hope.
And a damage reflect.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I had to learn that the hard way when I was playing as Bastion.
Yeah.
You go and gun yourself
You
down.
pretty much killed your entire team. That's what you did.
You sure did. That was one where I was on the payload, and we were going in. I had like a bunch of people with me on the payload, and I just saw the Genji, and I just started shooting, and my whole team died,
Yeah.
and they were mad at me.
Yeah?
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah, because the funny thing is...
Hanzo's got the bow and arrow then, right? Is he the one who shoots the dragon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The thing with the...
I can't figure out if that move is garbage or great.
It's very good for zoning. You're probably not going to get any kills unless you have Zarya stun lock him basically.
Alright, yeah.
But
But I was like, this is really easy to dodge, but I immediately can't go there.
yeah, it's yeah. The thing with Genji and his damage reflect is like he's like normally he's got like a really thin body or whatever, so it's kind of hard to hit him. But his damage reflect actually is like a big barrier around
Right.
him, and when he's damage reflecting, he's reflecting into like his crosshairs. So your like big spread of a gun is hitting like his huge body, which would normally all hit him, and it's like turning it into like a laser of death that just annihilates anyone who's shooting. So.
Oh god. Yeah, that was bad. My team was not pleased. Can he still? But he can still shoot because he's reflecting your shots, but he can't like fire his own weapon.
No,
right?
and it lasts like 2-3 seconds.
Yeah, something like that.
Then he also has his sword ult, which just decimates teams.
Yeah. I love that lady with the jetpack when I was playing Widowmaker.
Yeah,
I was
that's
picking
her.
her off all day.
yeah. I mean, and when she's in the air, she has like basically no maneuverability. So if there's
Yeah.
a Widowmaker, you don't play Pharah. That's just a bad idea.
Yeah. We had a guy on the other team who was just this awful Roadhog. He was like, okay, too. That one where we were up against a great Roadhog, which was immensely frustrating, and one where we were up against a terrible one. He kept like coming up and trying. It was where I was the bastion on top of the platform.
Yeah.
He kept trying to come in and hook me and like get me down, and he kept missing, or maybe it wasn't long enough reach. He couldn't get me. So every time he would like come onto the screen, his hook would miss, and I would just gun him down immediately, and then keep going. Like, but then a couple games later, we were on the one where it might have been the same map because that's one that ends in a Wild West area, right?
Yeah.
Where we had a great Roadhog against us, and he carried so hard.
Yep.
Which is weird because so far my experience with that game is it's really hard to carry your team. You can't. There's not much carry ability.
Yeah, basically you have to play as a hero who can heal yourself and get kills efficiently.
Yeah.
So basically Soldier, Roadhog.
Yeah. I really liked Mercy. She was like, as far as healers go, I'm like, this is at least fun. Like, I like being able to switch between like the damage buff and the hit healing. That's cool.
Mercy's probably my main. The problem is that she's really one-trick pony in my opinion. Like you're either healing or doing.
You're never actually
damage.
shooting people.
You really shouldn't shoot people, although it's debatable because right now her beam is like 30% damage increase, which isn't always better than just pulling out your pistol and shooting someone. So
I'd say it's probably better if like you're doing it on someone who's firing AOE or something like that.
Yeah.
Like putting on a bastion is probably super effective.
Yeah, sure, of course. You might like Lucio too. He's another healer, but he doesn't have to like just heal. He can skate around. And
What's
do
the guy
damage.
who's got the like balls floating around him?
That's Zenyatta. He's also overpowered right now.
Yeah, he was kicking our ass pretty hard.
Yeah. He's also kind of a healer. He just puts a healing orb on one person, and that's it. And then he also has a damage orb, which makes that person take 50% more damage right now. Yeah.
So good.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so that's why that orb was never hurting me, but I was getting shredded.
Yeah.
That would explain it.
Yeah.
Alright.
If you have Discord orb on you, break line of sight for 3 seconds, and then it goes away.
Okay.
Or if he puts an orb on a different person.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game is really fun. Like, and I like playing League more, but Overwatch I can very quickly just pick it up, hit quick match, and go.
Yeah.
Whereas League, like, okay, I gotta pick my role, I gotta get a game, I gotta get through the pick or ban phase, game's gotta load up, and now we're playing. Like, it's a longer process to like jump into a game. Like, you're dedicating probably like 15 minutes to like getting the game started usually. So yeah.
And then you're playing one game for like 40 minutes.
So like 40 minutes, which I mean that I don't mind that. If you're getting stomped, it sucks. Like you're like ugh. I mean you can surrender after 20 minutes, but
And at the same time, you can play like 3, 4, 5 games.
exactly. Like Overwatch is way more accessible. Like at the end of the day, like when you're playing a league game, like a 30-minute game in league, if it's a balanced game, you're just like it's a hard thing to compare to. It's super fun and super engaging. Like any moment could be like the team fight that ends the game. So like it's like that pressure and excitement is there, but it's not horribly different than an overtime moment in like if you almost have the payload to the end of base and overtime's on. Like It's kind of that feeling.
Yeah, but you get more of those feelings in Overwatch because the games are over so much quicker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm really happy with Overwatch. Like, it's super worth $40.
That you didn't pay for.
But especially the finance. That's great.
You should give me your BattleNet ID.
It's easy. It's Eskalia1234.
Oh. Mine's even easier.
Really?
LBR Juxta 1111.
Wow.
Yeah.
Easy ass numbers.
I didn't even put those numbers in. That's
No,
what it gave
that
me.
was what I was assigned. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I've been watching Pro StarCraft again because I'm trying to get all brushed up for the new shows and stuff, and it's just like I forget how like Pro StarCraft is my favorite pro sport to watch.
StarCraft 1 or 2?
2.
2 now.
It's hard to find very much StarCraft 1 pro play.
There's no more StarCraft 1?
Not really. Like if there is, it's a real small time tournament.
It's because it's specifically for StarCraft.
Yeah, it's a novelty act going
Okay.
on. It's mostly all StarCraft 2. And it's still one of my favorite like pro esports to watch. It's like, and maybe a lot of that is I used to play a lot of StarCraft, so I understand it, and I know how difficult it is. But it's just super interesting. Like it really is such a chess match when you get to that point. Like so much of the game, like early on, they have to send out like their worker guys to the other person's base just to get an idea of what they're doing or what their early build path is going to be, so you know how to defend if they're going to go for a quick attack.
Right.
There's so much in it, like, and you can cost yourself the game really early just by building like expanding into like a barracks or into another base too early.
Yeah.
So a lot of games do end quickly like that. Like they'll end after 10 or 15 minutes, but it makes it for those moments where like, oh, never mind, they're both ramping up their economies. They're gonna scale into a late game battle. Like, oh, we're gonna have cruisers and stuff like that. This is gonna be insane because their their ability to micromanage their units is unbelievable.
I was never good at Warcraft.
Me neither. Like, I sit there like, that's another thing. I watch StarCraft and I'm like, I could play every day for the rest of my life and I will never be anywhere near this good. I just can't. I can't process anything this fast. I can't work my fingers that fast on the keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they do like 220 actions a minute. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I just have to like. I tried to get good with that, and like I'd have like barracks macroed, and I'd try to learn the keys and stuff, and I try to like micromanage like my hero harassing their base while I'm pumping out grunts and stuff. I try to do that, and I have to see the barracks in front of me and hit one.
I got okay at it eventually, like good enough that I could clear storylines. Like, but do you remember the final mission of Brood War?
I never played StarCraft.
Oh, let me tell you something. The final mission of Brood War to this day I have never beaten. I cannot beat it.
No. I
Maybe.
made all the Warcraft 3 stuff.
What's that?
I said I beat all of the Warcraft 3 missions.
I've never played Warcraft.
Really?
No, I've never played any of them. I mean, I played World of Warcraft, but
Well,
obviously not the same thing.
not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. Not remotely. It's the end of Warcraft 3. Is that the no? It's the end of Warcraft 2 where they go to Durotar.
Probably.
Yeah, because it's not at the end of Warcraft 1. I don't think. Warcraft 1 deals with the Blood Orcs, right?
I guess.
Oh, okay.
I've only played Warcraft 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, Warcraft 3. I used to play a lot of games. I played Age of Empires. I love those kinds of games. Civilization.
I think I played a game like Age of Empires, but I don't remember it.
I loved all those like build an army and go attack games. I sucked at them, but I always loved them.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
I
Do you remember Command and Conquer? Did you ever play that one?
No.
No? Oh, man.
My strategy for Warcraft was just make a whole bunch of varied units and then right click.
Oh, my strategy for StarCraft was make a whole bunch of the best unit and right click. I had no variety in my armies. That's why I was bad at it when I was younger. Because I'd be like, I've got maxed out supply of the strongest unit in the game. They're like, well, yeah, but someone's gonna show up and like take the shields off, and you're just gonna lose. Like, whatever. But no, I've got carriers.
I got flying units. They can't even hit them.
Yeah. Turns out they can't. Turns out I'm very wrong, and I'm bad at this.
Turns out 3 of this unit will destroy an entire fleet of carriers.
Turns out the Terran player is gonna drop a nuke on them, and you're gonna lose your whole army. Oh, well that's unfortunate.
Shit.
I remember my first time playing online StarCraft, and it was like, all right, here we go, start grabbing my minerals. All right, we're gonna put down a Vespene geyser, start getting Vespene gas, and already 2 Zerglings come running into my base, and I'm like, what? How do you already have Zerglings? I don't even have a Marine out yet. Sure enough, here comes 4 more Zerglings, and I'm like, oh god, and I was dead.
Yeah, that was my race. Was
Zerg
undead or Zerglings basically.
Oh, okay.
Undead were basically the Zergling anagram.
Okay.
Nagalus.
I was undead in WoW.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved their story, like the Other City and all that stuff. That was cool stuff.
How long did you play WoW?
I played from, let's see, Wrath of the Lich King had just... No, Wrath of the Lich King was about to come out when I started playing WoW.
Okay.
And I played about 1 expansion cycle. I played until about the end of Wrath of the Lich King.
Okay.
I wasn't in it for a super long time, but like the time I was there, like, yeah, I got to go through the stuff with the Forsaken and the Wrathgate. I got to go through all that. It was awesome. I got to eventually kill Arthas, or well, beat the Lich King.
Yeah. I played about the middle of the vanilla before
Okay.
the expansions. I stopped.
I heard everyone got super butthurt after Burning Crusade came out and all their gear became worthless with the greens in the next area.
The Raiders didn't. Everyone else was super excited.
Yeah, like, if I recall, like, the greens in the first area of Burning Circle were better than the raid tiers of the prior. Right?
Tier 1, yes.
Okay.
But BWL and Max Gear weren't outclassed until like probably 64, 66-ish.
Okay.
But yeah, once you hit 70, you were in quest reads.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were butthurt about it.
That's fine, man.
Max Ramus, yeah. That's right. I have 2 stories from WoW that are like we talked about it on the show today, where we talked about you have a lot of stories from FF11 of great moments that you'll remember for the rest of your life, and 14 doesn't produce them.
Yeah.
I've got 2 from WoW, and from my short time in that game. One of which was going through a dungeon. Kyle was basically walking me through the dungeon, like we were just going through it and clearing it. It was an old dungeon at that point.
Right.
And so we're just running through it. And all of a sudden we get to this room, and I'm like, this looks really familiar. And he's like, it should look really familiar. Yeah, but I can't remember where from. And we run into the room, and there's all these eggs in here that start spawning whelps. And I'm like, oh my god, it's the Leroy Jenkins room!
I'm the
He's
Leroy
like,
Jenkins
yeah.
man.
He's like, yeah.
I know this.
And guess what happens if you hatch all the whelps in a certain period of time? You get an achievement called Leroy Jenkins, and we got it.
Leroy Jenkins title.
The other one is I had just hit level cap, and I was like starting to gear up and stuff, but I wasn't doing anything in particular that day. I was really kind of bored. I was just laying around in Orgrimmar, and someone started shouting for this achievement that I'd never heard of, and I'm like, oh cool, I don't have that achievement. I want to go get it. So I said, can I come along? And they're like, yeah, that's fine. So they invite me into this 18-man party, and they're still looking for more people, like trying to get this huge group together. And I'm like, damn, I've never seen anything where we need this many people. What are we doing? And they're like, well, yeah, if we're going to go into Stormwind, we're going to need a lot of people. And I'm like, what do you mean we're going to Stormwind? He's like, yeah, that's how you get the achievement. You got to kill the 3 kings in the other cities.
For the Horde.
For the Horde, that was it.
Yeah.
And
your Black Warbear.
yeah, get the Black Warbear. And I'm like, we're going to Alliance territory. This is badass. And he's
We're
like,
gonna fight them.
yeah. So and sure enough, we got like this group of like 50 people together and just started raiding the other 3 cities, and we killed all 3 kings, got the bear. Like, dude, I had never because I had come out of 11, I never heard of it doing anything like that. It was amazing. One thing Blizzard did really well was their sub-content, their flavor things. You know what I mean?
The conflict between the Alliance and the Horde.
Yeah, but I just mean like flavor things in general. Like, there's so many things in the game, like for the Horde, or like the Leroy Jenkins achievement. Just little things that you can do in the game that you're just like, wow, other games don't usually have that. That's something you would do for fun.
Yeah. WoW had a lot of really good events that they'll never do ever again.
Yeah.
The-
Winter Grasp was a cool event.
Yeah, it was actually, but
Yes, that was always a lot of fun. I
it
love doing
actually suffers from diadem syndrome, where there's not really a point to do it
Yeah.
very often.
It was definitely one where I was just like, oh, but then again, like Winter Grasp was only up every so often to do, wasn't it? Couldn't you only do it like once a day?
Yes, you could only. Well, no, it was up every like probably 3 or 4 hours or something.
Oh, okay.
But whoever won and got control of it had access to a raid
That's right.
and could farm elementals in the area to make money.
Was that the raid where you fight Arthas?
No.
It wasn't his? Okay.
It was just like it was basically a kind of like a coil raid where it's just like a rooms with bosses in it.
Okay.
Just very small.
I remember I learned the term tank and spank in World of Warcraft because it's just like we were doing the first boss was like I think he was called the Butcher. No, that's Diablo I'm thinking of. He was just a big lumbering hulking fat dude that was literally just deep check.
No.
And if you couldn't beat him, you weren't strong enough to go right. It was
Patchwork.
Patchwork. That's the one. You got it.
Uh-huh.
And that was the first time I'd ever been exposed to the term tank and spank.
It's literally tank it and go ham.
Yeah, healers heal the tank and deeps hit as hard as he can. That's all it was.
That's really all it was. All of his mechanics were built towards kill it as fast as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, there was coolness in WoW. I give it a lot of shit, but there was coolness in WoW.
There was.
There's just also a lot of garbage.
Yeah. I don't know if it's.
Everyone says Legion sounds really cool though.
To be honest, I'm kind of interested in playing
I
Legion,
know, I'm a little interested in like, there sounds like a lot of cool stuff in this expansion.
but the problem is between Overwatch, 14, 11, all these games that are tying me away
Yeah.
from actually playing games. I don't want to start another MMO.
When the hell would I play it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Well, it's like, also if I go to Legion, do I have to do like Pandaria and all that shit to get caught up? Because I gotta tell you something, I'll finish Wrath, but I'm not doing any of this.
Tell you what.
Well, no, actually, a lot of that probably doesn't exist anymore because of Cataclysm, right?
No. Cataclysm was just the first 2 continents.
Oh, okay.
Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms. And then I went to Outland, and then you went to Northrend, and then Cataclysm hit, which was just reconfiguring Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms.
Right.
Then you went to Pandaria. Then you went back to Outland, but in the past, kind of.
Yeah. Because he convinces the orcs not to drink the demon blood or something like that.
I don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Basically, you need to know about Draenor is you don't need to know anything about Draenor.
Okay, it's not important.
It absolutely nothing happens.
Did you ever watch the movie, by the way?
No, not
No?
yet. No. And then now Legion. I don't know where Legion is. Yeah, I don't know where Legion is. Huh?
God, that game's had a ton of expansions.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Getting up there.
When you actually like start thinking about all of them, you're like, as I thought about that with
You get a character boost to 100 when you buy the.
Oh, man.
When you buy Legion,
That's
so
good to know.
you boost up to Draenor max level, so you
That-
just play Legion.
That game frustrated me so much because I picked it up near the end of BC, like I say, and I played Rogue as my first class, I think. Yeah, I was a Rogue.
Energy.
Combo points.
Yep, yellow
The
bar.
combo points, and it took me like because I didn't have any prior experience for like a hot bar combo your moves together MMO. I came out of 11 with jump and high jump and wheeling thrust. Like that's all I had to know how to do. So for a long time I could not kind of like I had trouble adjusting my brain to like having to like do all these intricate like combinations.
Pushing buttons a lot.
Yeah, or in the right order. Which like then I saw like 14. I'm like, oh, it's like wow again. Okay, I can do this. I got this. So I finally figured out Rogue and got right. And then the patch hit that took combo points out of the game and completely reworked how Rogue worked. And I'm like, fuck you guys.
They didn't take out combo points, they just changed a whole bunch of stuff, I think.
I thought they did take out combo
Well, they didn't
points.
take out combo points.
Really?
Positive. They
Okay.
may have changed some things about how Rogue worked. I mean, that's almost a
There's a major, because all of a sudden, like, everything I learned on Rogue was not applicable anymore. Like, Rogue underwent a major rework.
That's fair. That probably happened, but no, rogues and
I
feral
switched to
druids-
mage. after that.
Rogues and feral druids still use combo points even today.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I switched to mage after that, and I was like, whoa, rogue sucks. Mage is amazing.
Yeah.
You know what great mage is? Most of the time, people don't even take you to make you do shit. They're just like, hey, make us food and water and give us arcane intellect. And I'm like, oh, I can do that. That's easy.
People.
Hey, if you see a bunch of mobs attack us, turn them into sheep. I can do that.
To be a mage.
I'm a fireball M-A-G-E.
In vanilla, mage would come to like raids like 10, 20, 30 minutes early, just so they start making water, making food and water, and you could get like 2 or 3 casts out of it, and then you have to sit down and start drinking. Because you had to make water for 40 people in the raid.
That's right. As soon as I joined the group, they start begging for water. Could have just dropped a few gold and gone out and bought it. But now they got a mage, so you know that nobody brought it. It's a good thing I got 2 full back spaces allotted, because I'm cooking up more biscuits than a buskins, yo. Just so our tank can get a couple more cinnamon rolls.
Oh my god.
That's one of my favorite. Like I like a lot of the content creators that WoW produce, because a lot of them are really talented.
Okay, so Nika said something about getting triggered.
Deacon got triggered by Metal Gear Solid.
No, I think this is from Yoshida.
What? Oh, magic carpet over here. Uh-oh.
What? Can't read this. It's too many words. Whatever, Nika.
This happened today, just a little bit since the Inter's Magic Office.
You say? Lied to me. But there's a cat race.
Oh, wow, easier Savage mode coming next round.
Great. Because that's what we need. That's what I need. I need a polywag. Okay.
Why is this information coming out on Sunday night? I swear they put out information right after LBR is over.
Right?
They do this. I know they do this. They wait till our show's over and then put out information. That came out at 6:49. That came out 2 hours after we went off the air.
You know what? They're like, you know what? Let's just wait until their final encounter cast is done.
Yeah, literally, that's out like 10 minutes around, like within 10 minutes of FEC ending. Monsters.
That's so funny. I have a 1736 Polyrath. It knows Bubble 25 and Hydro Pump 90.
Hydro Pump is such garbage.
What?
Full bar 90 damage?
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Earthquake's a full bar 100 damage.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the Polyrath just wrecks people so hard. Like, it hits like a fucking truck.
I know, but like Solar Beam and Hyper Beam are both 120 damage on a full
That's
bar.
true. I feel like it takes, maybe, I don't know, maybe it takes longer.
Solar Beam does have a long like wind up, it seems like.
Yeah.
But man, I don't know. I got my Victory Bell evolved, and it's got Razor Leaf, not Razor Leaf, but Twin Blade, something like that. Leaf Blade it's called. 55 damage on a half bar. It's not bad.
I guess.
I mean, just because like double that's 110.
Yeah. Yeah, I like just the one bar so that I'm not sitting there
So do I.
doing specials all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, so let's talk about Final Fantasy 11 and Rhapsodies.
Alright, yeah, let's talk about it. You have to fight yourself.
Juxtaposition is a god.
Oh, are you that close to the end?
Just so everyone's clear, Juxtaposition is two gods.
Okay, did you, or...
Okay, I beat Matthias.
Okay.
And that's where I stopped.
So, I'm trying to remember where in the narrative that is. Did you meet a character that you probably wanted to meet for a long time?
Did I meet Altana?
Yes. Okay, great. Because I like that's the huge
Yeah.
spoiler that I didn't want to Nikodate ruin. Like that you meet Altana.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that it wasn't like just like a glowy thing. or
No,
a
they
crystal
gave
or
her a
something.
character model.
Yeah, I was like, wow, okay.
Like, I was so blown away at that moment. Like, we actually get to meet the Dawn Goddess. Like, I couldn't believe they pulled the trigger on that. Like, I guess what are you saving it for at this point?
Right, yeah,
But,
that's
like,
true.
But it was such a cool moment to get to actually speak to the Dawn Goddess, to have her talk to you. You're just like, and she's just like, you're a fucking badass. I don't know if you've noticed. You do some pretty swag ass shit. And you're like, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
It's fair. It's fair.
You're right.
T for true, man.
Listen here, Tanya. Let me talk to you about something. And she's just like,
You
her
mean-
name's Altana. Get it right. Know your role. Sorry. But I thought, yeah, that was a really cool idea. Like the whole idea, like the winds that are dying down because you've been such a badass for so long. Like the universe needs strife.
Yeah. That actually kind of confused me. So it
Basically,
doesn't make sense though.
basically, after you defeated Promathia, the twin gods of the world are no longer in that lock anymore. They're no longer in that struggle, and so the world is stagnating, and that's what the empty is at this point.
Defeated Promathia. That was in COP.
Now change Promathia. You defeat the Twilight God Promathia.
Do you have to beat Promathia to get that far in
You
Rhapsody?
have to have cleared chains.
What? Are you sure?
I believe so.
Okay, because that's.
I believe you have to have cleared Zillar, cleared chains, and I think AM14 is the requirements for the first 3 expansions.
Okay.
Because don't you at one point have to go to C?
Yeah.
Well, that would mean you have to get at least 8-1.
Right.
So I think they established you have to clear it.
Okay, that's fair.
I'll admit I don't know for sure.
Because you don't have to clear any of the other shit.
No, none of the new expansions you have to clear. And I think they did that intentionally.
Okay.
But I think you do have to clear Rise of the Zillar and Chains.
Okay,
That sounds right.
I guess that makes sense because that's the only ones I've cleared.
But that's what that whole thing is now with Twilight God gone, basically, or defeated,
So
the world is stagnating.
Promathia is literally destroyed by you?
You destroy Promathia, you beat him. In Abyssia, you know the ending of that.
Yeah.
I love that. The alternate world where you lost to Promathia.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I gave that story so much shit until that reveal. I'm like, never mind. The story's amazing. That's so cool. Just the moment where you saw Prish and she thought you were a ghost. You're like, no, what? And she's like, you're supposed to be dead. Mm.
I saw you die. You're dead.
And you're like, that's weird.
Oh, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically, yeah, with the two gods no longer struggling, the world is stagnated, and that's what the empty is.
Right.
So
Okay.
you have to fight your own evil side to recreate that.
Well, hold on. Was that? I never got the feeling that the dark side of you was evil.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's very much supposed to be like the Twilight God. It's just the other side of Altana.
Right.
It's your other side. It's the other.
Okay,
It's the
but-
yin and yang sort of thing. But
Okay,
you're right. That
so-
other person, what was his name? Volto?
Volkai?
No, Volto. Isn't that what his name was?
Who's that?
Isn't that what the blonde half-masked dude is for that half the game? Isn't that what his name is? Volto Obscurus or something like that? Obscurus?
Disjointed one?
Disjointed one at first, yeah.
The ambassador.
Before he decides I'm gonna just be you instead. You're like, hey, don't be me, dick. Yeah. I thought the whole ending of that, because you're right, it's not evil you, but that's very much, I think, a theme SE loves to play with nowadays is the dark side. Like, I think we're going to see that play out with the Warriors of Darkness. I don't think they're going to be evil per se. They're just going to be different.
Right, but see, the problem is, like, okay, so you beat yourself,
Right.
and then
I was kind of like,
So
so don't we have the same problem?
yeah, isn't the world gonna stagnate again? Because I just won again.
That's kind of what I thought. What I kind of
I'm
like, wait, are we gonna have the same problem here? I just won again. I maybe it's like something like where it's like, cause the empty doesn't start doing what it's doing apparently badly until the future where Iroha comes from.
Right.
So maybe like you just are gonna have to like do this battle again every so often.
Oh my god.
More likely, my guess is that they're letting you live out the rest of your life on Vanadil, and then you'll ascend as a god and do that for eternity afterwards. I'm assuming they're letting you live out your life on Vanadil.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's the least they can do. You've kind of been a badass.
I guess.
But I think, like, I like the concept behind it because it brings to light, like, maybe this is why these world-threatening events keep happening. Maybe that's the world trying to right the balance that you've created or screwed up.
Okay, well, guess what, world?
Stop being assholes about it.
No, stop fucking. If you want to have balance, fine. Like, make like a forest fire or something. Don't have something that threatens literally the entire planet.
Maybe not
Because then-
Ragnarok.
Because guess what? If we're like light is up here and like darkness is down here, like okay, scale is
We maybe
tipped.
aim for...
But if you're gonna destroy the world, then guess what?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's the same thing as like Star Wars, right? Where like they have the light side and the dark side, but like for whatever reason, it's always like you're gonna bring balance to the Force. Well, the light side's like super in charge of everything right now. Maybe we don't want that. Maybe that's a bad idea.
What if we're already imbalanced?
Yeah, like maybe we don't want balance. Maybe things are pretty good for us right now, and we should leave it be.
Maybe we are the Sith now.
Oh, George Lucas, you crazy motherfucker.
So yeah, all the way through.
You're coming up on the last fight then, I believe.
There's one more fight.
And it's... Do you know who it is yet?
Not yet.
Okay, that's great. The cutscene that leads into it also is great.
I left it at right at the end. I was like, all right, stream. Well, I guess that's it for Final Fantasy XI because, I mean, I beat myself and we've stemmed the thing, and Aurora just disappeared again for the last time. So I guess I'll see you in something other game.
No, it's the ending.
Well, yeah,
Obviously,
That was,
it's so... I love the cutscene that precipitates you going to do the final fight. It's so...
which
it's
is
not
kind
like
of-
them to do an action cutscene, and they do an action cutscene, and they do it well.
I was just gonna say, like, they did an action cutscene for when you see what happens in Rasenjima in the future.
Yes.
And that was freaking amazing.
And this is going to be a similar concept to that, because you're kind of playing that out at the present time instead of in the far future. So there'll be some similarities to that, but it's more completed. Like it's a longer fight. So cool. So cool. And then the final boss, yeah. Great.
Now I'm just trying to decide if I want to go through Anduin. How many more fucking cutscenes do I have in this awful thing?
In a new one.
Yeah, 800 billion.
What chapter are you on?
Just what I just got to where I fought the colonization sympathizer or the colonization resistors.
I'll tell you what, I don't know for sure, but if I had to guess, you've got about 110 missions to go.
What?
And I'm not joking. At some point, we were on like mission like 3-1, and Nika's like, "How much more do we have to do?" And I counted it. And I'm like, "We got about 100 missions to go still." And she's like, "What?"
Oh my god.
Yep. It's super. I mean, because like in this one, a mission is literally like every step of a mission is a
Well,
new mission.
yeah, that's fine, but oh my god.
Oh yeah, it's long. It's so fucking long.
I don't think my voice can handle that.
I did it twice. I did it once for me on stream and once with Nika on stream, and I'm like, I can't do it a third time. I got
Did you
nothing
beat
left.
Anduin again?
We did clear Adeline.
Good.
Yeah, I'll help. Like the only stuff, like you only need like help on certain fights, so I'll help you with those. Like that doesn't bug me.
Whatever.
But man, I'm not
I
going
ain't need
to
no help.
Oh, you will. There's a couple that are brutal. We actually, like one fight, we had to wait for someone to come help us. We couldn't do it. Two of us.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, you guys probably had shitty jobs.
I had Beastmaster.
Yeah, see?
Start with me. I had Beastmaster. I've actually got a decent repertoire right now. I've got Dragoon, Beast, monk, warrior, thief. I'm missing one. Probably summoner. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, we it was great. We got down to the last. So it was actually the very last fight, and we tried it and we couldn't beat it. And we tried it again and we couldn't beat it. So we went and got help from my link shell, and one guy came out to help us. We're like, great, let's go. So 3 of us went down there with 3 tries, and we still couldn't beat it. He waited for 3 tries, and we still couldn't beat it. And then so I went back to shout for help. And while I was waiting, a guy who only spoke Japanese came down there, and like we started auto translating to each other to try to
Oh my god.
to get
Classic Final
yeah,
Fantasy.
AM 5-4. Do you need it? And he's like, yes, please. And so he had to wait for the cutscene. Then we had to go do the first half of the fight for him again. And then we all went in and we beat it together. And that was like our experience together. I'm like, wow, that was classic FF11 right there. That's what that was. That was vanilla FF11. Where you have to wait for 3 hours, and then a Japanese person who you can't talk to shows up, so you have to auto-translate to each other to figure out what your goals are. Oh, man. And I said the thing like, wow, someone who came into the game today would have had no idea what to do, but me, like Nika and I, like, oh, that's fine, whatever, we know how to do this. Bust out the old auto-translate function. Although they took trousers out of the auto-translate function because they're bastards. So I can no longer say place gun inside trousers, pull back trigger, goodbye left ball. You should be able to say that.
Why would you want that?
Why wouldn't you want that? It's like saying I have
I don't
plans
know,
burned
maybe
out the stock.
Maybe it's worse than dropping a phone on your nutsack.
Maybe a little bit worse. Could be.
Which definitely happened at the start of this video, making sure that Eskalia...
I can't cut that now.
I know!
Ugh.
I've specifically made sure to
Yeah, I know.
say it mid Green Room video. So if I said at the end, you might be able to cut that.
Well, this is the end of the Green Room video, but fair enough.
Then
You're right. I still can't cut it because we'd have like end this FF11 conversation and it's like suddenly it would just cut off. I can't do anything about it. Now I'm stuck. The only thing I can do is cut to black, have it say horrendously inappropriate comment, and just play elevator music. That's what I normally do.
Seabird 1976 music.
Yeah, there we go. do 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 do. All right. That ends our Green Room video. Bye bye, everybody.
See you later.
You pointing stuff.
Pointing right now.